Right now, God is in the process of revealing the familiar tactic that the enemy has been using you for quite some time. See, the main problem with what you're facing with is that you're being controlled by fear. So let me tell you, fear is the number one used strategy that the enemy uses to derail the mind. What it does is he allows fear to break down your wall or barrier, which God gives us a barrier of protection. So what you got to do is you got to look at your situation. It's not how you feel. It's all to structure who you are. Because with fear, what fear does is fear manifests as doubt. Fear invites other things to come in that will keep you in a season of unforgiving cycles. And these unforgiving cycles, it takes you through a process of making you have low self-esteem, making you belittle yourself. You go in this season, you go through a form of belittling through people, through yourself, and your actions tend to repeat the ways in which the enemy was trying to conform you. What you got to understand, God's seen you all along. But what you got to understand, the reason why your life is becoming so difficult is because God is trying to take you out of that form of comfortability. See, you've been comfortable your whole life operating in this form of fear that it hasn't helped you. You've become numb to it. So you are now fully conformed to the ways of the enemy in a form of a way. God says no more. No more will God allow you to be in that low place. No more will God allow you to believe those things, because you have a particular calling that God has placed upon your life in which you must serve to help his people. Let me talk to you. What you got to understand is God knows in the rooms where there is doubt, there's always a strong force of fear. God has to take you from out of that room of doubt. He has to take you out of that room of disadvantage that you feel in your mind because of the things that you have done. See, the enemy has tried to make you feel and think that because you have done wrong things, that God wouldn't accept you. But God says his ways are higher than my ways. His thoughts are higher than your thoughts. So what you got to understand, when God tells you come as you are, he knew how you was going to be deceived. He knew what the enemy was going to do to try to keep you away from him. But God uses everything to advance you. So you can't look at it as you failing. Because listen, failure is the number one key that makes you stronger. Why? All you have to do is look at it differently. Each time you fail, you learn what not to do again. Now, when you repeat the same thing over and over again, that's insanity. And that's what the enemy wants you to operate. And that is the main thing that he also controls you with through fear. The enemy wants you to think you're insane. And as you continue to grow with God, the people, the spirits and people will make, and the enemy will enable himself into people to make you think you're insane, but you're not insane. Listen, you're being birthed for a different calling. You're being birthed in a different direction. Draw near to God, because God is about to show you peace.